You're here because you want the best performance by changing your Nvidia control panel settings. And I've been in the same steps as you. I've tried to get better performance and nothing really worked until I found this. So the first thing you do is open the Nvidia control panel. This isn't something I necessarily found actually. This is something that I've done a lot of research on and I've found the best settings for performance. So first you open your NVIDIA control panel and go to manage 3D settings. It should be somewhere about the top left under 3D settings. You might have to maximize it, manage 3D settings. Image scaling off. It can reduce performance and I've never seen it do anything good besides sharpening. Ambient occlusion, set this to performance. This is the only NVIDIA control panel guide you should ever need for high performance, by the way. Anisotropic filtering, set this But ambient occlusion set this to performance. Anisotropic filtering set this to off. Anti-aliasing FXAA set this to off. Anti-aliasing gamma correction set this to off. Anti-aliasing mode off. Background application max frame rate set this to 30 FPS. This is stuff running in the background like apps, like say your browser while you're playing a game. If you have a browser in the background, it's running at the browser's running at 30 FPS, but your game's FPS stays the same. So it can help performance if you limit the FPS of your background application. So background application, max frame rate to 30 FPS. CUDA GPU set to all. CUDA GPUs fallback policy, set this to driver default. DSR factors, make sure all of them are unchecked. Just going through here and unchecking all of mine. Low latency mode, on is the best setting, ultra is the second best setting, and off is the third best setting. So set it to the best that you have. Max frame rate, this one depends on your monitor's refresh rate. I'm going to quickly show you how to look at your refresh rate. So first, you open settings. Keep the NVIDIA control panel open, by the way. Go into your settings, system, display, advanced display. You click next to choose a refresh rate, and you click the highest number. This is your refresh rate, the solid number. Mine's 144, so I'd set it to 144 over here or on the slider. Press OK. You may notice you're not getting, like, it won't let you get more FPS than your refresh rate, which is good. If you're, say, getting 200 FPS with a 144 hertz monitor, then in reality you're only seeing 144 FPS. Um, and if you're getting more FPS than your monitor's refresh rate can handle, then you can cause glitching. So make sure to set this. Monitor technology. If you have a G-Sync monitor and you're getting less FPS than your monitor's refresh rate, then set this to G-Sync. But if you do not, or you're getting the max FPS of your monitor's refresh rate, or you don't have G-Sync at all, then just do fixed refresh. Multi-frame sampled AA. Turn this to off. If you're having artifacting, you can set multi-frame sampled AA, also known as MFAA on, but for now, keep it off. Artifacting screen glitches in games, by the way, or on your anything really. OpenGL GDI compatibility, set this to auto, and OpenGL rendering GPU, set this to auto select. Or if you have multiple GPUs, then actually make sure your OpenGL rendering GPU is your best one, and your CUDA GPU is also your best one. But most people don't have multiple GPUs. Power management mode, set this to prefer maximum performance. Preferred refresh rate, set this to highest available. Shader cache size depends on your storage. I'm going to show you how to check your storage real quick. Go into your files. You go down to this PC. You click this PC. It shows your different drives. Whichever one's your first drive, you want to see how much is free. I have 427 gigabytes free. That's plenty, so I set mine to unlimited. If you have, say, only like 200 gigabytes free, I'd say put 10 gigabytes on your shader cache. Less than 200 gigabytes, I'd do 5. And if you have less than 100 gigabytes, then I would set it to 1 gigabyte. Anything less than 1 gigabyte is useless. Texture filtering, negative LOD bias, set this to clamp, and texture filtering quality, set this to high performance. Make sure you're using this right bar right here where my cursor is to scroll. Texture filtering for linear optimization, set this to on. And texture filtering up here, anisotropic sample option, set this to on as well. Vertical sync, set this to use the 3D application setting, but if you're having screen tearing in games, you can go specific programs on here. You can look for them. For example, here's Fortnite. I have Fortnite right here. You can also add, if you don't see your program in here, you can change individual program settings. Triple buffering, set this to off if you're not using VSync or if you're not using VSync in that many games. But if you're using VSync in a bunch of games, then I would put it on. Virtual reality pre-rendered frames, set this to 1. Virtual reality variable rate sampling, set this to adaptive. And open GL/Vulkan present method, set this to auto. Down here, you're supposed to click apply down here. I'm going to do that. Your screen might go black for a second, but that's okay. Now, some people don't have this. I think specifically laptops don't have it, but I'm not sure. But under display, go to change resolution. Make sure your resolution's at native, the one with native in parentheses, or if you don't have one that says native, then just set it to the highest numbers, and that your refresh rate is to the highest number. Down here, under 3, apply the following settings. Click the circle next to use Nvidia color settings. Set desktop color depth to the highest. Set output color depth to the highest number. Output color format to RGB, and output dynamic range to full. Another little tweak I do, and this doesn't really affect performance, but under adjust desktop color settings, under digital vibrance, I set it to 55% instead of 50%. It just makes everything slightly brighter, which I like, but you might not. You can tweak this if you want to. You can tweak all of this actually. Down here on the bottom right again, you click apply, you click yes. It should apply the settings. Your screen might go black again, but that's okay as well. Now we're just going to close the NVIDIA control panel. All you have to do now is restart your PC. You do that by going down here, clicking your Windows logo, the power button, and restart. Once your PC is restarted and booted back up, all of those settings have surely applied and your performance should boost. Please like and subscribe and leave any comments or feedback in the comments section. I would like to hear your feedback, please. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.